Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. So today is it's January 11th, Tuesday, and I want to welcome you to the show, and we're here live on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. And just a reminder, if you're watching the show online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Of course, you can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing, stock option investing, and also anything and everything to do with money. If you want to learn about money, go to Investor Schooling. All right, on today's show, we're going to be talking, of course, about the futures update. We're going to be talking about the DeltaCron Variant. DeltaCron Variant, oh man. We're going to be talking about COVID test insurance, another Fed vice chair resigning, the Pfizer vaccine and my opinion on it, and of course, we're going to be talking about today's picks. All right, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So the market yesterday, wow, it started off really rough. Everything fell, and it fell fast. At one point, the Dow was down over 500 points, and the NASDAQ was down over 2%. Wow, it just started to come back, though, right in the afternoon, and the Dow finished down only 162 points. And surprisingly, the NASDAQ finished up 6 points. That's one of those days that's an amazing ride. Look, the bond market, of course, is being blamed for the early rout yesterday as the bond rate reached over 1.8% midday. I told you guys to watch for this, and I'm going to say that it'll start winding down. I'm also going to predict that the bond market is going to drop, and it's probably going to drop below again 1.5%. And I'm going to say it'll be a few days because the beginning of earnings season is coming up. So let's talk about the futures. Futures currently are the Dow is up 60, the S&P is up 15, and the NASDAQ is up 82. It was up higher earlier, so I'm actually thinking it's going to be a good day. All right, let's talk about the DeltaCron variant, but first of all, I want to say hello to Mick watching online. Thanks, Mick. I totally appreciate you. All right, so how do you stop a train? The answer is very slowly. As it would appear, the real COVID scare ended many months ago, and no one's been applying the brakes to this train. Well, of course, President Poopy Pants actually threw in the towel last week when he said that there's no federal solution and the states need to handle this on their own. The Supreme Court will be deciding on his Nazi overreach this week, and honestly, if that goes south, we're in a lot of trouble. But we're not in trouble because of COVID. We're going to be in trouble because that would be the beginning of the end of the Constitution. Look, we now have COVID, which miraculously keeps mutating into weaker strands. And of course, the current variant, oh my God, the scary Omicron variant, appears to be just a cold. Or at least to the people who get a cold. Hey, if what I have is the scary Omicron variant, I take this almost over almost all the colds I've ever had in my life. It's not so bad. Anyway, this is nothing. In fact, it's kind of strange because it feels like it should be more, and it's just not. And I gotta tell you, other people have told me the same thing, but here we are at the scary Omicron variant. And last week, we talked about the IHU variant, the I hate you COVID variant, that seemed to basically disappear. But now we have news of the DeltaCron variant. Oh! That's right, it appears that Cyprus needed their moment in the spotlight and discovered the DeltaCron variant. Yes, folks, you guessed it. It's a mutation of the two variants put together to form the DeltaCron variant. And if you recall the reports that have said that the scary Omicron variant is the dominant strain and has or will take over as the primary strain, and since this variant is basically, the common cold, this was good news for the public. Because, as everyone has been reporting, it has mild symptoms, like a freaking cold. Now, this variant was found in 25 cases. I mean, the DeltaCron variant was found in 25 cases. I still want to know who's testing for these more than one variant, right? I mean, you get a test, you take the test, it either says positive or negative for something that they don't say. If you have this scary Omicron variant or another type, I don't know how you would know it. How would you actually test for that? But anyway, it seems to be these fake scientists who wanted to control the narrative. Remember my prediction that President Poopy Pants is going to say that because of all you people who are vaccinated, the original COVID-19 has mutated into the current strain called Omicron, and for the most part is similar to the common cold. All is well now, my peasants. You can go about your lives. Well, if the DeltaCron variant really exists, then the narrative, the narrative that you're trying to fix it with, and basically saying that vaccine narrative won't work. So guess what happened the day after the DeltaCron variant was discovered? Here's the headline. You ready? So day after it was discovered, health and science experts cast doubts over the reported DeltaCron. Yeah, there you go. Over the reported DeltaCron variant, say it's likely due to lab contamination. Lab contamination, really? This is the best they can do? If you think the whole thing was ever more than a power play to rob people of their rights, you really need to open your eyes. The amount of garbage and lies piled up on garbage and lies, that it just makes me sick. Literally makes me sick, to the point where I have to drink a glass of water. So I guess that means that I have this garbage and lies variant, otherwise known as a freaking cold. When will the train stop? I don't know, but whenever it ends, it'll be a train wreck for sure. Ugh. Anyway, Tommy, thanks so much for watching. And yeah, Tommy's saying don't forget about the flu Rona. All right. So let's talk a little bit about COVID tests and insurance, because the only thing in the news nowadays is COVID. We need a good war to take our mind off of COVID. Do you think Russia's ready to invade Ukraine yet? Oh wait, that's in about 3 weeks. I'm going to predict that tomorrow. Anyway, let's keep going with my favorite subject. The scamdemic. All right. Whatever this is, whatever this common cold that I have is going to make me have another sucking candy. All right, with all the COVID testing going on, if you don't have a free COVID test that's promised by President Poopy Pants, you might need to get one from the pharmacy, and that could cost you, what, about $12, right? Well, the Supreme Leader, President Poopy Pants, is going to solve this problem too. The same way you solved every other problem. Well, yeah, not. All right, now check this out. Starting Saturday, private health insurance will be required to cover up to 8 home COVID-19 tests per month for people on their health plans. The Biden administration has announced the change Monday as it looked over lower costs to make testing for the virus more convenient among rising frustrations. Rising frustrations? He's the rising frustration. Anyway, so that means that you can test for COVID twice a week and your insurance company will reimburse you. This is pure insanity. Why do you need a test? If you're sick, stay home. Stay away from people. But I didn't do that, so I guess, there must be other people who won't do it. All right. Anyway, not only can you get free tests, but your whole family can get free tests and be reimbursed for the test. So think about this. If you have 5 people in your family, you could actually buy 40 tests and have your insurance company pay for them. But wait, you don't want to do that because coming this month, the federal government is going to launch a website to begin making 500 million at-home COVID-19 tests available via mail. Just think about that. The administration also is scaling up emergency rapid testing sites in the area, experiencing the greatest surges in the cases. So I got to tell you, this made me chuckle, right? Remember the mail service? Remember how the United States Post Office said that now you have to wait 5 days for mail that used to take 1 day? So if I get this correct, you'll have to wait 5 days for your COVID test that you ordered from the government because you think you had COVID. But if you remember, the CDC now says that you only have to quarantine for 5 days anyway. So what the heck do you need the test for? If you cough or sneeze, stay out of work for 5 days. I'm beginning to think, honestly, I'm really beginning to think it's all an elaborate IQ test for the populace, and the people given a test so already have their answer. But now they're just playing with us. They're seriously playing with the lab rats. Hey, professor, Do you think that we can? Do you think that we can? That we can stick their fingers, have them stick their fingers in a wall socket to tell them it cures COVID? Yeah. Let's try that. When do you see? What do you think is going to happen next? Right? I see the street dealers selling COVID tests. Yeah, man. I used to make beaucoup bucks selling heroin on the streets, but man, I make 10 times more of that selling COVID tests. This is unbelievable. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, let's sell COVID tests. Anyway. All right, let's talk a little bit about another Fed chairman resigning. If you've been watching this show, you know that I've talked about this before, that Nancy Pelosi and her goon squad have a free pass to insider trading in the stock market. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, members of Congress are supposed to inform their peers of stocks they're buying or that they may own. It turns out that the penalty for not reporting this is a mere $200. If you haven't seen that show, go back and watch it. That's right, if Pelosi and the other goons make a law that says everyone has to get the Moderna vaccine, for example, and the goons bought Moderna stock or calls on Moderna stock the day before the announcement, for example, the goons will make a lot of money on this insider information. Well, it's okay for politicians, but apparently it's not okay for Fed Reserve vice presidents. It seems that the members of the Federal Reserve have been accused of insider trading. You know, they have information about interest rate changes that might tank the market. Well, with this information, all they need to do is purchase a few options on the SPY and the next day announce that the rate changed and bang, they're rich. Not that these guys aren't some of the richest people already, but what fun it must be able to predict with certainty that the market will drop the next day. Well, Congress, you know, the people who are legally allowed to do insider trading, are complaining that someone else is getting a piece of the action and told the Fed vice presidents that they can no longer trade stocks if they want to keep their positions. Oh, the hypocrisy. Anyway, we've seen several of the Fed vice presidents resign, and another is about to resign effective next week. Vice Chairman Richard Clarida said yesterday that he will be leaving his post in just a few weeks left in his term amid revelations regarding his trading of stock funds. Look, these guys make more money in the stock market than they'll ever make with these minor positions as Fed vice chairs. But hey, don't you feel sorry for like Martha Stewart? She was a happy homemaker and spent 4 months in jail for insider trading, and these guys get to do it without even a hand slap. I only wish they would call me with the insider information so I could benefit as well. Oh, hold on, my phone's ringing. Hey, maybe it's one of those vice chairs calling to give me a hot stock. Hello? Yeah, this is Larry. No, I don't need a car warranty. Yeah, we're going to take a break. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. And if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, of course, you can go to investorschooling.com or you can call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. And I want to thank everybody on WWDB Radio for listening in Philadelphia. And of course, if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn more about how to make more money. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. And of course, you can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. Hey, I want to say hello to Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer, for watching. I totally appreciate it. I want to say hello to Jim, and I see Bill, my #1 fan out there again. Awesome, Bill. Thanks so much. All right. So far we've been discussing, of course, the future updates. The Dow is up 67, the S&P is up 15, and the NASDAQ is up almost 75. Not bad. Hey, we talked about the DeltaCron Variant. Oh! We also talked about COVID tests and how insurance companies are going to cover them, and the government's going to send them out 5 days after you need them. I don't know. This whole thing, it just gets deeper and deeper, the stupidity of it. We talked about another Fed chair resigning because, of course, of insider trading. Hey, we're going to be talking about the Pfizer vaccine and my opinion of it. It's amazing. And, of course, we're going to be talking about today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Did you hit that share button? Come on, Jennifer. Did you hit that share button? Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, when you get home, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook and let me know what you think of the show. All right, let's get into this. This is interesting. So let's talk about Pfizer and the vaccine. Sorry, but this is amazing. It seems that the CEO of Pfizer needs a stock market rally for the stock because Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla said on Monday that, guess what? 2 doses of the company's vaccine may not provide strong protection against infection from Omicron COVID variant. And of course, the original shots have lost some of their efficiency at preventing hospitalization. So the question is he trying to cover his butt over this because everybody's getting sick over it, even the people who have the vaccine, or is he trying to sell more vaccines? I don't know. But when I read things like this, I just have to shake my head. This guy is the CEO of Pfizer. He's telling you need another shot. You know, the shot that his company makes millions off every time somebody gets the shot, but yet his comments are deemed credible to the news media. Oh. Now look, it may be very well true, but come on, man, as Poopy Pants himself might say, but you need someone with less to gain and more credibility to make this claim. If you recall, I've been saying that whenever Moderna's stock drops more, what drops down, more COVID or Omicron news appears in the headlines. And sure enough, that happened again. Pfizer is also the beneficiary of the news about Omicron. So Bourla continued the article, and he makes the case for, guess what? Come on, you guys can get this, a 4th shot. Well, there you have it. I think I'm going to invent a system that you use a port with a valve that's attached to your arm. So you put this port on your arm, right? And this port will have an opening that you could just insert all the drugs that the government is going to make you take in order to be a compliant citizen. You know, you could pour in the COVID drugs once a week. You could pour in the booster shots whenever they want to come out with it. And you could even, and it will even have a readout that tells you and the government if you're thinking too much. It will then flash a red light on the device and tell you that it's time for your IQ dampening medication. This should keep the population's IQ right above 90 and make good citizens to follow the Supreme Leader, Biden. You laugh, but it's coming. I gotta tell you, I was thinking about this country and how bad it's gotten with the unconstitutional control that this government has burdened us with, like vaccine and mask mandates. Then I start to hear about other countries like Canada and Australia, and I'm like, WTF? How do the people in those countries not revolt? Look, I know of 2 people personally who have, as they say, escaped from Canada. Now, Canada has always been a socialist leaning with some of the dumbest socialist rules in a place. But at least it was a pleasant country. These friends of mine have said that everywhere they go, there are mandates for masks, vaccines, and even limits on how many people can gather. Canada has arrested church pastors who just wanted to have a Sunday service with a live congregation. And Australia is worse. So when we complain about how bad this country is, we are shining examples of, these other countries, I should say, are shining examples of how much worse it can get and may get. Look, be vigilant and fight these ridiculous mandates before it's too late. We will hear hopefully today from the Supreme Court about Biden's vaccine mandate. And as I've said many times before, this will either be the end of the Constitution or it'll be the beginning of us starting to follow it again. The importance of this decision will set the course for America for a very long time. So you guys, I'm telling you, it's time to think about it, pray about it, and make sure that the Supreme Court does what they're supposed to do. All right. We're going to take another break while I find another cough drop.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, you guys enjoying the show? Leave me some comments. Let me know you're enjoying the show. Let me know I'm making you laugh or making you cry. I'm not sure which. or if you enjoy my rant, let me know. It'd be great. All right, so far we've been talking about, of course, the futures update. Right now, the Dow is up 68, almost 70 points. The S&P is up 15 and a quarter, and the NASDAQ is up 76. It's probably going to be a good day, but we're going to talk about that in a little while. We talked about, of course, the DeltaCron Variant, and we've been talking about COVID test insurance and how you'll be able to get your COVID test paid for you by your insurance company. We talked about another Fed chair resigning for insider trading, and he'll never get punished, and nothing will ever happen, and I don't know, whatever. And of course, we talked about the Pfizer vaccine opinion and how this world is coming to an end. All right. Anyway, no more doom and gloom. All right. Let's talk about today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that share button? Come on, Jennifer. Did you share this? Come on, Jim. Did you share it? Come on, Bill. Did you share it? Let everyone know what great stock plays are coming by sharing this information. You could share on your page or in groups that you feel will benefit from the great stock plays. And of course, you can leave comments on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And of course, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about politics behind the stock market. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. So let's talk about what's going to happen today. So yesterday, honestly, I know it's weird, but it was actually a good day. Yeah, I know the market dropped over 500 points at one point, but the fact that the fact that it recovered, not completely, of course, but a lot, makes me think that this was just a reshuffle of stocks for investors. The fact that the NASDAQ also recovered and actually closed positive is a sign that investors are getting used to the new bond rates, and that's going to be great. Get ready, because this week kicks off earnings season, and as I've said yesterday, Friday is going to have Delta Airlines reporting, and this is going to be a major earnings announcement. As I said also, the earnings themselves won't mean much, but the guidance will tell all. If it's a good report, the stock market will rally into earnings seasons, and it will definitely, and I'm going to tell you, it's definitely time for you to pick your plays, pick your stocks, pick your plays if you're in options, whatever you want to do. And my experience is that when we head into earnings seasons, stock always rises as they get closer to their prospective earnings date. I like Meta. I also bought some Meta yesterday, and I sold it in one day and made a lot of money really fast. So that was really nice, too. All right. So the other thing, too, is look for it again. If you can see Meta go below 325, I'd look for it, I'd pick it up, and I'd pounce on it. And this week, of course, we have the inflation data and consumer price index numbers coming, and I'll report on those as they come out. Other earnings on Friday will also include bank stocks such as JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo. And I believe that the bond number will continue to be in focus, but I'm also going to predict that with earnings season coming, the bond rate will pull back a bit as investors will want to move their money back into tech stocks for earnings plays. Hey, it looks like Lee, I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Also, on the crypto scene. So crypto is a bit rough at the moment. And look, the question is, are we at the beginning of the ride or the end of a new ride? I'm sorry, at the end of the ride or beginning of a new ride? I don't know, but we're going to find out. By the way, do you think that Bitcoin's going to top 100,000? Let me know what you think in the comments if you think it's going to top 100,000. Gold and silver isn't doing much, and hopefully that's a good thing. I don't know. I would definitely say buy some. Gold is hovering around 1,800 and silver around 22. And look, here's the deal. The Treasury bond is still hovering just under 1.78. I told you to expect it to go down over the next few days as investors start to move back into tech stocks. The NASDAQ futures are basically showing this to be true. So the bond rate right now is actually moving down slightly, 1.757, where it was 1.78 yesterday. So look, basically, you got to watch for this, and sure enough, it's going to move, and when it moves, the NASDAQ's going to go into the future. All right, and that's the play, by the way. The play is watch the bond rate and jump into some tech stocks now, because I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Hey, all right, by the way, did you guys make any money with any of the advice given on this show? So put down in the chat box if you guys have taken any advice given on this show or any advice I've ever given you, and let me know what you've made. I know Bill has done really, really well. Let me know also if you're enjoying the show. Hey, let me know with your comments on Facebook or LinkedIn and Twitter if you're enjoying the show. And of course, if you're listening in the car, please go, when you get home, get in front of Facebook. You can go to WWDB AM fan page and click it off and let me know what you think of it as well. And of course, if you're a first-time listener or viewer, please be sure to tune in every day at 7:30. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. So, hey, I also wanted to let you know one more time, hey, of course, did you guys order my new book yet? Did you pre-order the new book yet? So the book is called Money Hacks, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com and look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Pre-order it, and I promise you're going to learn something. And if you've been listening, my accountant confirms that it might be tax deductible. So imagine that. You buy a book for $20 and it's tax deductible. How cool is that? Hey, wow. All right. I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia, and I want to thank you for your continued support. And if you're enjoying the show, please let me know. And as you guys know, my name is Larry Steinhouse. I'm the host of Money Chat Now. From time to time, I own some of the assets. And options discussed in this show and the opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to make them. Some have asked me not to, but hey, that's life. Anyway, have a profitable day.